is a mobile proxy? Let me give you the simple answer first, and then we'll dig into why it matters. A mobile proxy routes your internet traffic through a real 4G or 5G mobile carrier network instead of through a data center server. That's it. Instead of a server somewhere sending your request is a real mobile device or a cellular connection from a mobile provider sending your request. Why does this matter? Platforms trust mobile network traffic more than data center traffic. Why? Because most real people use mobile networks. Billions of people access Facebook, Instagram, and Google from their phones. A data center IPs are rare in normal user traffic. So when a platform sees an IP coming from a mobile carrier network like Singtel in Singapore or Vodafone in the UK, they're more likely to trust it. Now here's where most people misunderstand mobile proxies. Shared IP pools. When you buy a mobile proxy, unless you're paying for a dedicated line, you're likely sharing that IP with other devices on the same carrier network. This is called CGNAT, which stands for Carrier Grade Network Address Translation. Think of it like this. A mobile carrier has 10,000 active phone connections on their network right now. Most of those phones share a single public IP address. When your request goes out, it says, I'm from IPX, but so do 9,000 other requests from 9,000 other phones. This is actually good for privacy if you're just browsing, but if you're running accounts, this is a problem. If you're using a shared mobile IP and you're running 10 different accounts on that same IP, the platform sees 10 account creations or logins or activity events from the same IP in 1 hour. That's not how shared networks work. Real phones on shared networks don't all do the exact same action at the exact same time. So shared mobile proxies work best in specific scenarios. They work if you're rotating accounts infrequently. They work if you're not doing suspicious activity. They work if your behavior looks natural. They fail if you're hammering the platform with activity, if you're creating multiple accounts per hour, or if you're showing obvious patterns. Let me show you how mobile proxies stack up against the other types. Data center proxies. These come from server farms. They're fast, they're cheap, and platforms immediately identify them as proxies. The ASN lookup shows VPS provider or cloud server. Most platforms flag data center IPs on site for anything suspicious. Speed is good, trust is terrible. Residential proxies. These are IPs assigned to real home internet connections. They're slower than data center, but faster than mobile. Platform trust is medium. They look like real people, but sophisticated platforms can identify them as proxy networks. They work better than data center, but worse than mobile for account operations. Mobile proxies. These are IPs from real carrier networks. They're the slowest of the three types, but platform trust is highest. The ASN lookup shows Singtel or AT&T or whatever carrier network it is. They look like real mobile traffic. Now, when do mobile proxies actually work? They work when you're using a dedicated IP. Some providers offer dedicated mobile IPs that are assigned only to you. These are expensive, but they work best. They work when your fingerprint matches the network. If you're using a Singapore mobile IP, your profile should look like a Singapore mobile device. They work when you're controlling rotation. The same IP should stick for your entire session. Don't let the provider auto-rotate on you. They work when you're showing realistic behavior, one account per IP, realistic activity patterns, no obvious automation. When do they fail? They fail when you're using a shared IP with aggressive rotation. Shared IP plus automatic rotation every 5 minutes looks robotic. They fail when your fingerprint doesn't match the network. A Windows desktop profile from a mobile carrier network is impossible. They fail when you're showing obvious patterns. Multiple accounts per hour from the same IP. Identical behavior across accounts. Robotic posting times. They fail when you're just throwing them at a problem without thinking about identity. A mobile proxy is not a magical solution. It's a tool that works if everything else is set up right. Here's the key thing. Mobile proxies increase your baseline trust level with platforms. You start from a better position than with data center proxies, but that doesn't mean you can ignore the other stuff. Fingerprint still matters, behavior still matters, one account per IP still matters. Mobile proxy is one piece of a larger system. Use it right and you've got a real advantage. Use it wrong and it doesn't matter what IP you're using.